Hello friends, this is Maria Villas. Happy holidays. Hope you're doing well. This is a wonderful time of the year, but today I want to talk about a side of the holidays that not many people talk about. So the holiday spirit, what is this? I honestly believe this is much more than a religious celebration, a cultural celebration. I think this is something that goes beyond that, because it's a time that I feel it's more about feeling happy and joyful and peaceful, and wanted to share that with others than anything else. And as such, I don't think it should be limited to some religions, right? To people with certain beliefs, right? I think it's something that should be shared with everyone, right? And so, to me, it's mostly about that. It's about allowing that to surface, allow that to come out, to put a hold, to put aside our differences, slow down a little bit our fast-paced life, right? A stressful lives, and allow ourselves to enjoy this time for this, right? Allow this energy to be around us, to feel this, right? And I think another reason why it's so special is because there's so many people that feel this, even if it's because of their religions and their beliefs, that they are truly happy and joyful and are in this celebration mode, that it's almost like it is in the air, right? Almost like you can't deny it's there. And so I think that makes it extra special, because it's almost something that's everywhere, right? And as such, we should appreciate it more. So this is a time that it's mostly focused around celebrating, getting together, exchanging gifts. Maybe we usually get together with our friends, family, people in their jobs have their parties, their get-togethers. Some people go out with their co-workers to celebrate, exchange gifts, right? There are parties usually everywhere, get-togethers everywhere. Business decorate their stores, the streets are decorated. The front of the houses, are almost light up with all these beautiful lights in different colors. People decorate inside of their homes with a Christmas tree or with other symbols that based on their traditions, right? And it's a time of also, I think, of reflection, even though nowadays it has become more of a gift exchange, and for some people it has become more of giving a more expensive gift than I gave last year, or which was the most expensive gift I received this year, right? And I can see how some people are turning their ways against this, to make it less about the gifts and about spending money, and more about celebrating, getting together, and appreciating each other. But unfortunately, for some people, it's not a happy time of the year. It's a particular depressing time. It's a difficult time for some people. Some people maybe have lost a loved one, and maybe that person made the holidays super special for them, and it hasn't been the same since that person was gone. And so they don't like celebrating. They don't feel like there's anything to celebrate because they don't have that loved one, right? Maybe some people have either lost their jobs, or they have financial difficulties, and therefore it's difficult for them to get together, go out to dinner, and spend the money in all these gifts. And so instead of attending these events where they'll be forced to spend money, they might try to just stay home alone, right? Because they have a tight budget, right? Of course, there's some that they're just aggravated by, how everyone feels, right? They might turn into a bit of a Scrooge or a Grinch, and they dislike, this all happiness and joyful feeling that everyone is, that they hate the holiday music, they hate the holiday movies and everything that has to do with holidays, and they can't wait for the holidays to be over, right? They just lock themselves at home and they don't want to come out until after the new year, sort of thing. And of course, there's some that are so stressful. They have, a laundry list of things to do on a regular day, and then on top of everything they have to do around this time of the year, they have more, right, on their plates. They have to worry about buying gifts and planning dinners and attending events, and as it is, they're tired, exhausted, angry, aggravated, stressed out. And so they don't like the holidays because it gives them more to do. It's more stressful than anything else for them. And so they just wish it would be over, or try to really go through it as quick as they can to go on with their lives, right? Of course, there's some that do attend events, do exchange the gifts, participate in everything that's going on around them, and family, friends, co-workers, everywhere. And they seem to be happy, and they seem to be, feeling the holiday spirit, like they say, but all on the surface, right? Inside of them, they just don't really feel it. They don't really feel it's anything special. They, be the same for them if it would be the holidays or not. But they just don't say anything, right? They just don't say that they don't really get that holiday spirit thing. And I happen to fall into that, one of those categories, right? I happen to be one of those people that was so stressed out, so tired, that I was not too excited when the holidays came, because I knew it was going to give me more to do, more. I had to make a list of all the gifts I had to buy. I had to attend all these events. I had to rest. I had even less time to rest, as if I had much time for myself then. And so I was not enjoying this time. I was just wishing it would be over soon, and if anything, just appreciated the extra day off from work to rest a bit more than the holiday itself. So I was wishing I went through this period, a few years, where I was wishing it would be over soon, right? And to be done with it. Until there was one year that was particularly busy and stressful. And so at home, we didn't have the time to put up a Christmas tree like we were used to doing. And didn't think anything of it. We still were buying gifts and placing them in the corner of the living room where we used to put the tree, but it was just the gifts, no tree. And I do remember it felt weird going, walking into the house that year and not seeing a tree and just seeing a bunch of gifts there. It did feel weird. That year I got my wish. For a few years I was wishing the holidays would go in a blink of an eye, and for the first time that actually happened. The holidays came and went, and when I realized it was the new year, and it didn't feel like I had celebrated anything, even though I had gone to the different events and get together with people, but it just felt like really something was missing. And I realized how the difference that it made not having that tree in the house that year, and how, I regret that. I regret that whole year not having the tree there, because I finally understood what it symbolized for me, what it meant for me. It was not just putting the tree, it was reminding me of what this holiday actually meant for me, right? And so ever since then, I make an effort, regardless of what's going on in my life or how busy I am, to always make sure we put the tree. And even if we're not celebrating, even if we're not going anywhere, but the tree needs to be there to remind me of, what this, holiday actually mean to me. And I always make an effort for people that also feel that way, to make an effort to at least put the tree, if that's something they used to do, and to allow themselves to be in this celebration mood, even though they might not be doing much that year, because it makes a huge difference. And so not only what happened that year, not only trigger that, given a priority to making sure we put the tree every year, but it also trigger everything that involve our tradition for the holiday, right? I've always enjoyed music. I always identify a lot with music. Sometimes I get a lot of information through music, and so I always make an effort to listen to some holiday music during this time, to get in the mood as well, to remind me again, right, about the true meaning, which is usually being described in these songs, right? The same thing with holiday movies. If I make myself the time to at least watch one of those, right? To help me get into the spirit of the season. Besides that, we always have the tradition as well to make either a hot chocolate with spices, if it's cold, and or maybe an apple cider with spices. That also reminds me of the holidays. It makes me feel more like, oh yeah, it's that time of the year. Also the smell of the holidays, right? Like that minty, cinnamon clove smell. So I try to diffuse some essential oils with those scents to also help me get in the mood, right? That gives a very nice, cozy, warming feeling. We also have the tradition every year since I was little, since I can remember. This is when I was in my homeland in Ecuador. We had a tradition always on Christmas Eve, which is when we are used to get together after having dinner, even if it was just me and mom, or a handful of us getting together, even if it was nothing fancy. We always had a slice of panettone and a hot chocolate after dinner on Christmas Eve. And that is something that we have been carrying as well. So always try to make sure I get myself a panettone somewhere, and we make that spice hot chocolate from scratch that night. So we'll see what happens this year. It seems that it's going to be a bit warmer than usual. So maybe I'm thinking maybe switching the hot chocolate for maybe something like an eggnog, something cooler, but it's still festive, right? So we'll see how that goes. But I always make an effort now to make sure I doing something to remind myself of what time of the year it is, and why I should make an effort to slow down a little bit, be happier, feel joy, allow myself to feel joy, feel peace, and share it with others. So I always try to say happy holidays to everyone I see around this time of the year, even if it's strangers, to help remind them about that as well. Because I honestly think that regardless of what's going on in our lives, we should allow ourselves to feel this and enjoy this time, right? It's a wonderful energy, and it only happens this time of the year. So I think it's important to make sure we make an effort to allow ourselves to feel this, right? um, because it's there's always time. We can always take a little break from our day-to-day routine and stressful lives, right? And I think it also allows me to become more present to today, right? Stop worrying about what's going on or what might happen in the future. It brings me back to today, which helps me ground more, help me feel more like myself, right? Appreciate more today, what I have today and where I am today. Yes, it's a very wonderful time to feel grateful. So if you need more information about or you would like to learn more about what can you do to be grateful, don't forget to check out my video on the importance of being grateful. That might help you. Also will encourage you to check out my video on energy to understand a little bit why it's important to stay positive and to connect with this side of ourselves, right, that we don't see, and maybe help you understand why the holidays is much more than physically exchanging gifts. And even though this year we probably most of us can get together with our dear ones, can have these big celebrations, we should still try to be happy that we're here, right? That we are okay, we're safe, we're healthy, right? We have each other, even if it's from a distance. There's so much to be thankful for, and so much we can still share with each other, right? We can still call each other, we can still keep in touch with each other, even though we might not be able to be together this holiday season. So I highly encourage you to try to make an effort, right, to appreciate this time, right, and don't let it go to waste, right? It's a wonderful energy, and it's very powerful because there's so many people that do feel this, that appreciate this, that make it a habit to always do something as small as it might be to remind them of the importance of this time, regardless of what your beliefs are. At the very least, we should be able to be thankful, be joyful, be happy, and be peaceful, right? So may this holiday season, may the holiday spirit fill your home and warm your hearts this year. May it find you and keep you safe. I hope this video helps you feel better if you're one of those people that are struggling this time of the year. Please don't stay quiet. If you are not feeling well, please talk to someone about how you feel. Let someone know you're not alone. There's so many people that are there for you. I'm here for you. If you don't feel comfortable talking to someone about what's going on and why you're not happy around this time and what's going on in the back of your head, and I'm here for you. Feel free to reach out. If you are willing to try any of the tips I mentioned that have worked wonders for me and for people that I've recommended them to, let me know how that goes. It's not too late. You can still enjoy this wonderful time, even if you haven't by now. So I hope this helps you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and happy holidays. Take care, and don't forget to wear your mask. Blessings.